No Pokemon generation is as overhyped as Generation 2. I don't care if we battle Red at the end of the game. I lost, and I've been bitter about that ever since I was 6. And if shattered dreams of a child weren't enough, this generation is also home to some of the weakest Pokemon to ever grace the screens of a Game Boy. And also Tyranitar. Now, I'm sure some of you are yelling at your screens, but Mr. Boosted, what about Scizor and Weavile? Scizzor's been a fraud since Generation 8 and Weavile's a Generation 4 Pokemon. You're getting Sneasel. Clearly, over the years, power creep has caused this already weak roster of Gen 2 Pokemon to get even worse with time in VGC. But what do my opinions matter? The best I've ever placed at the World Championships is 559th. Oh my god. Thanks, Wo-Chen. Why don't we get the opinion of the guy who got second at the World Championships last year? Today, I speak with James Evans, the 2018 Seniors World Champion and 2025 Masters Worlds runner-up, and we talk about which Generation 2 Pokemon are still even good. We'll be ranking them in just 3 strict tiers. These Pokemon are either still viable, niche, or not viable. With still viable meaning that we see these Pokemon today, niche meaning that they'll hit the team builder at 4 AM when you're not in your right mind, and not viable meaning that there's probably some kind of staged, salty, legend spamming noob rages video out there about them. This is just another long, rambly video that you can keep on while you clean your room or procrastinate at work or something. We're going to be doing these every Friday now. Let's just get right into it. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, become a YouTube channel member, hype the video, all of that. And hey, you definitely want to subscribe because at 300,000 subscribers, I'll be ranking every bench in Lumio City. Let's just begin. Okay. I didn't think the other video would have as many people clamoring for a follow-up. I was just going to do a one-off.
Let me out!
Yeah.
Let me out!
I've trapped James Evans, runner-up for the Pokemon World Championships in 2025. His punishment for not winning is having to be in this video. It's community service. You want to say hi?
Hi everyone.
This is not the first time I've forced James Evans to be on a video. Last time I made him use Wigglytuff. Anyways, we're just we're gonna talk about the Gen 2 Pokemon. I'm sure I did a little intro before the video started, but yeah, we're just gonna talk about them, how good they are in VGC, and we're going to adjust to this. The only 3 tiers we'll be using are viable, niche, and not viable. Yeah,
not good.
Well, let's delete this row. I probably should have done this before.
I'm so excited for this video to be 3 seconds long as it jump cuts to none of them are good.
Yeah, it's Gen 2, dude. Like,
not viable.
All right, let's make this yellow. Oh, beautiful. Okay, here we go. All right, let's begin. It's a shame that the first one up is freaking Meganium.
Awful.
As the only Mega Pokemon on this list, Meganium has a pretty distinct advantage over every other Pokemon. You can tell it's Mega because when I look up Mega Pokemon on Pokemon Showdown, hey look, there it is. But yeah, Meganium. What do we have to say about it? Has it ever made any? Has it done anything? I think
people, there's like always been like a subsection of people that try to meme with this Pokemon. If I recall correctly, there were people trying to use it in 2019, but I don't really know exactly what it did.
Yeah.
I just think it was kind of there for the ride.
I know that Nate Innocenti got Day 2 at Worlds with it, like in 2018. And maybe 2019. It was one of those 2 years, and it's just because it has like a Kyogre matchup, like it's Grass Knot, and it's like
suppose
bad. It's just a Grass Knotter into like, you know, the heavy restricteds, but it's like 83 special attack. That's basically Leech Seed, I suppose, is an option. It's like it was Wo-Chen before Wo-Chen.
It's like worse Ferrothorn.
Exactly. It just didn't do anything, and it doesn't even get like Nasty Plot. It gets Growth. Right, which I guess you can combo Growth. That's Growl.
It has Growl.
Oh no, it doesn't get Growth.
Oh,
you know what it does get?
Bad.
It gets Swords Dance. Yay! Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a media. Oh, this is the wrong tier list. This is the wrong tier list. Oops. Okay, hold on. All right.
Oops.
Typhlosion. I would argue. I know the Hisuian doesn't count, but like. It's
I would
niche.
argue Typhlosion is extremely niche because there were applications for it in like the Wild West VGC, and I mean like far flung back to DS era, not 3DS. I mean like DS era.
Yeah, and you can still people get away with it now, you know.
Yeah, basically the same thing that Hisuian Flosion does.
Yeah,
now this guy was trying to do. way back when.
Yeah, and we're talking specifically like Gen 9 VGC mostly, but like sometimes we need to like do a little callback to like previous gens to explain like what it actually does, you know. I think that like
some of these guys just plain outright suck now.
Yeah.
Like, at least tally them based on everything they did. You know, they have a whole portfolio.
Yeah, like Typhlosion, it Terra Ghosts. Hisui Typhlosion, it Terra Fires. That's like the difference between them. But like Hisui Typhlosion doesn't have to worry about, you know, fake out, and it also doesn't, you know, have 100 base speed. It's got what, like one. Oh no, it's slower. It's slower. Oh, it has higher special attack. That's slower.
The thing. Yeah. Typhlosion base form has the same stats as Charizard across the board.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's niche. For Alligator, I'm sorry, man. Sheer Force, Life Orb, Liquidation.
It has Dragon Dance, but I just don't.
It's got Dragon Dance.
We're just getting through these guys fast, but unfortunately, the starters without any additional forms just don't really have anything going through them.
But
there's
Mr. Boosted, they gave it Scale Shot.
Oh, it's so cool. So cool.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, all three of these guys, there's a reason they got Megas. Well, there's the reason two of them got Megas.
2 of them got Megas.
let's not, they're still sore about that, even though the other guy's probably better than both of the Megas, you know?
Yeah.
I would say Hisui Typhlosion's probably better than Mega for Alligator and Mega Meganium. Anyways, we can move forward. Like, that's the quickest we've ever gone through 3
Do we
Pokemon
want to move forward? Do we really want to move forward? I'm just looking at the next 4 Pokemon we have.
Gen 2's so bad.
Not particularly enthusiastic.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this and I realize this is gonna be the most bottom-heavy tier list I think I've ever made.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
really rough.
All right, can we be generous? Centric gets Follow Me, right? Or not Centric. Furret gets Follow. Sorry, it's just that they're so similar in stats. You know, I forgot. You know. This channel is partnered with Gamersubs. If you want to support my work and get great tasting drinks, you can order Gamersubs through my link in the description down below or with code MoxieBoosted at checkout for 10% off. Gamersubs is a caffeinated product that I recommend only to my 18+ viewers, but my link will send you to their caffeine-free product section just in case. Every product purchased through my link supports my channel financially, so I'd really appreciate the support. Now back to the video. Alright, but for it gets Follow Me.
It does indeed follow me.
It doesn't get extreme speed. I thought maybe it might get. It gets Coil and Dynamic Punch. Ooh, what you gonna do when the Dynamic Punch lands?
Jesus.
Didn't it have something it could do in Gen 9? Wasn't there something special?
It has Tidy Up now.
That's what it was. It's got Dragon Dance.
Yes.
And that's it.
Cute, but it has no application in VGC.
No application. That's just going straight into. Oh wait, I'm trying to organize these. Would you argue it goes?
You want to tier the non-viable ones?
Yeah, I am ordering the non-viables. Look, it's gonna fill up the rest of the. It's gonna make the video longer. Trust. Okay.
You're right, because we have to debate whether or not Noctowl is better than Ladiant. Spoiler.
Okay, but what you think this is an appropriate order so far?
I mean, yes, this is correct. So.
Yeah. Noctowl. Noctowl has a pretty good ability.
Noctowl has. Oh yeah, it does have Tinted.
It does have. There was one guy. There was one guy who used it.
Why does this thing have 50 defense? What the heck?
Yeah, 100 HP though, bro. That's higher HP than Incineroar. That's the bar.
Its special bulk is actually like solid, but I would say it doesn't matter. You only have 50.
Yeah. Deep ball knowledge. Back in 2020, on the release year of Pokemon Sword and Shield. During the Super Bowl, Wolfie released a video called Superb Owl, where he just used Weakness Policy, Max Airstream Noctowl, and that's the only time I've ever seen anyone use this Pokemon ever. But
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, every Pokemon ever, you can go, but Wolfie used it as like an argument. so that means
there's a video of someone using it at one point or another.
Yeah. But it was Wolfie, so it matters. No.
Oh, so it must be viable then.
It's better than Sentret. Probably. Nah, it's worse than Sentret. It doesn't get Follow Me.
I don't think so, because Sentret at least has, like, Follow Me.
Isn't it so funny how, like, with the exception of these two, it just keeps getting worse? Oh, hey, look who's next.
Alright, I don't even think we need to explain this one.
I think we should. I think we should, because it's funnier just to explain what went wrong. They made a Pokemon.
Pokemon is the equivalent of a 20-car pile-up. Like, it is just the worst thing ever. I don't even think there has to be awful typing, awful stats, just does nothing. Its existence is meaningless, and I don't. And I go to art school, so like this is frankly. Just,
you could double. You could double any two of its stats of your choice, and it would still be bad.
Sucks so much.
I mean, actually, no, wait. If you could double the speed, 170 base speed Tailwind would technically be a thing. But that's
something Ice Punch into Mega Rayquaza.
Yeah, they gave it Iron Fist. They gave it 35
Iron Fist.
They gave it Comet Punch, which, if you don't know, Comet Punch recently got buffed. Comet Punch is now 25 base power.
Not even in the game where it gets buffed.
I know. He's not in the game where he gets buffed.
Not even in the game.
U-turn, Light Screen, Reflect. What else do you need, dude?
Grimmsnarl that can pivot.
Light that burns the sky, Light of Ruin, Light Nihilite, Max Lightning, Moonlight, Spotlight. Hold on.
All of Ledian's friends are dead.
Spotlight, Moonblast. Okay. All right.
Not even the wrong move.
I clicked the wrong move and I just had to play it.
Ledian is garbage. Next.
Yeah. Ariados. Oh my gosh. Okay, Ariados is probably better than.
Ariados is probably, it's actually probably better than. Have these guys because it actually has like
it's got an attack stat and like decent moves. Sucker Punch.
It's got things going for it.
It doesn't get Gunk Shot.
It has Insomnia.
Yes, and it has Sniper with a with the scope lens and focus energy and I heard recently they even gave it first. No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Leech Light, there we go.
What is it? Ariados has always had access to a few cool moves as well. It has like Spider Web, Sticky Web,
Toxic Thread.
Yeah, it's got some weird ones that people like trying to do niche things with. I wouldn't call it niche though. It's more at an attempt at trying really hard to impress your parents.
Yeah, you could give Ariados like double targeting Toxic Thread and it would still be really hard to justify running.
I agree.
Yeah. Mortal Spin hits both, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's been so long since I used to click that move 18 times a tournament, right? I haven't used it in like 3 years. Yeah, you could give it slowing Mortal Spin and it would still be bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ariados gets sent to the non-viable gulag.
Yeah.
Oh, now
oh
we
my
actually
gosh.
talk about a real Pokemon.
Oh
finally.
Yeah, regional champion Crobat.
Crobat.
You want to start with Crobat?
Sure. I actually really like this Pokemon. Crobat it's always been kind of known for one thing: Inner Focus Tailwind. In GS Cup specifically, like dual restricted formats. It's always been really good as a check to Xerneas and just kind of supporting party members because back when Inner Focus was kind of a more everywhere ability. I guess that's definitely not the word you would use to describe
not
it.
Widely applicable.
A less prevalent and applicable ability. Crobat actually had a pretty carved out niche in terms of being able to chunk a lot of things with Super Fang or get rid of like Xerneas stats with Haze. It was good at just supporting Xerneas as well. It can kind of just be a good multi-purpose Pokemon. It couldn't really do damage unless you gave it Brave Bird, which I would say like a lot of people didn't opt for. You usually just ran Super Fang as your attacking move.
Also got Haze.
Yeah, but this Pokemon actually does have like a good amount of stuff going for it as a supportive Pokemon. And it could do offense if it needed to. And its bulk is pretty solid. Speed stat was amazing back then. Nowadays, it's still fairly solid, but just not nearly as impressive as it was before. This is a Pokemon that's history in VGC is a lot more rooted in kind of pre-modern era at this point. Than it is like
its best result was like a regional win in Memphis.
It won Internats.
Oh, it won Internats too.
Yeah, it's won Internationals in 2019.
Yeah. It's like it's weird. Crobat's a restricted Pokemon. I never really thought about it that way. It's like only a restricted Pokemon. It's kind of like Ditto.
It's one of the few Pokemon that really only has application restricted format.
Yeah.
With the change to Tailwind, if we ever did get something like 2019 ever again, I could actually see Crobat being particularly useful just simply because it does have a very good speed stat, and with Dynamic Tailwind, that would be really strong with something like Xerneas Lunala, but unfortunately that is not the case, and Crobat has kind of just faded into obscurity.
Yeah. Also, like, Fast Taunt is, like, really good, and, like, even, like, because Whimsicott's everywhere, you could, like, one-shot with Cross Boys, and, like, that's, like, a thing. Like, Crobat would actually not be terrible.
I think people ran Sludge Bomb.
Yeah. Sludge Bomb was better back then. Yeah.
Sludge Bomb,
Because it's like the attack stat's already like kind of So the special
Yeah,
attack.
because I would say Intimidate went through Inner Focus.
Yeah,
And
nowadays
so
you'd probably just run
Sludge
Cross
Bomb.
Poison, but like Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Back then was more common.
But we finally have a viable Pokemon on the list.
Yeah, it only took
welcome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
6, 7.
part where we left.
Yeah, that's the part
Yeah,
we left. Lantern.
Oh God! All right.
I mean, Lantern probably would go here.
Congratulations on being a stockpile Pokemon. That clicks stockpile.
Hey,
and
it hard walls Urshifu Rapid Strike if you cope. Oh, it's 58 defense.
People-
Never mind. That close combat one shots.
I'm trying to remember.
It's got 125 HP.
Yeah, no, Lantern's a chunky little guy. I mean, this Pokemon pretty much only has 3 applications. Yeah, Water Absorb guy, Electric Absorb guy, and it clicks stockpile.
Thunder Wave's a thing now. Scald.
It can click that, yeah.
Ice Beam. Look, it's like it doesn't get Ice Beam. Oh yeah, it does. It does. Okay, yeah. Ice Beam. It's basically Porygon 2.
It's got little doohickeys.
Yeah. They buffed Illuminate.
Yeah, don't look at its speed stat again, by the way.
Yay! Okay.
Look. Yeah, now he's viable.
Now he's shooting right up into valuable.
Unfortunately, it's just not much to write home about Lantern. The typing is cool, but I don't think I've ever actually seen this Pokemon in competitive play ever in my entire life, outside of like maybe playing in a GC in seniors.
That's basically it, yeah. Togetic.
Yeah.
I
Oh wait,
mean-
this one actually is niche.
Yeah, it's Eviolite Togetic has some results. Not a lot.
It has a regional win.
Oh,
Regional
yeah.
win.
Wait, was it Boyd who had it?
Yeah, it was Boy.
Okay, Eviolite Togetic.
He
It's
was
like
a best of 1 regional in 2016. But it did win it. So regardless of whether or not you want to count it, I think it still counts because
Yep.
obviously anything with Dark Void Smeargle, you kind of just had to give a Medal of Honor.
yeah, and I mean like all things considered, like if Togetic existed today, there would still be people probably it exists today, but it's not like
People tried to use it in Sword and Shield, if I recall.
yeah.
Dynamax Togekiss was a thing, and it was
Yeah.
the most broken Pokemon.
The only reason you'd run Togetic over Togekiss is because Togetic with Eviolite's mildly bulkier, but Togekiss with Dynamax was busted, so you never ran Togetic.
Yeah. What was the point?
Yeah, you get Air Slash. Oh no, it doesn't get Air Slash. It doesn't get Air Slash till it
doesn't get Air
evolved.
Slash. Only Togekiss gets it.
It gets Encore, I guess. Icy Wind? No. Okay.
It gets Dazzling Gleam. Yay!
Nasty Plot. Ooh, Dazzling Gleam.
It gets some cute moves, but yeah, you're pretty much only using this as a follow. But it did have some cool things. So
Yeah. Shiny sucks though. All right.
yeah, it does.
Xatu. That's just.
What does he even do?
What does he even do? I would argue Xatu's probably here. Xatu's got
I guess.
okay
I think
stats.
there's one Nugget Bridge VOD of some Xatu doing something from Black and White era, but I could really never tell you what it even did.
Xatu's
It has
got
Tailwind.
it's got Kingdra stats where it matters. It's 95 speed, 95 special attack.
It does have Magic Bounce, so it is a quaint ability.
Yeah.
It does have access to Tail Room. It's got some cool moves like Baton Pass, but I don't even know what this guy does.
It can't. It has the world's worst expanding force.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Xatu's just it's there. It's not anything special. It's a Pokemon that probably needs to evolve.
He's got so much aura, but he's no moves.
Yeah.
No motion.
He was really cool in Pokemon Red Rescue Team. Basically, at the yeah, whatever. I couldn't afford a Dios. Ampharos. That's just not viable. It got a Mega, but we're not talking about Megas. I would say Ampharos is probably there.
I've genuinely tried to think of a time where anyone ever used Ampharos, and like this is considering. I feel like I've seen other people try to use worse Pokemon on this list.
Because Ampharos has good special
Try
attack.
to use Ampharos.
Yeah.
No, like its stats aren't atrocious for like a Route 1 guy. But I sure could not tell you ever what I've ever seen this Pokemon. If anything.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon that exists, and that's the best we can say about it. It's got some cool things. Cotton Guard's unique. It's got Fire Punch off of its 75 attack. It's got Dragon Pulse for when you can't.
Bell.
Yeah. The one thing about this guy that like really makes me upset is that he's got a glowing tail. and he doesn't get Tail Glow. Unironically, all it needs, just give it Tail Glow, and then it plays like a fat circuitry. It's a fat circuitry then. Actually, is it a fat circuitry? Let me look. What circuitry stats?
Not even really.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the special attack. Circuitry is 83, 71, 71. This guy's 90, 85, 90.
It's not that far removed. You can just min-max circuitry.
Yeah,
that's what people did. You just run more.
Yeah, you didn't even really run special attack on this guy. You would just Tail Glow. Yeah.
You had to remind me how broken they are.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Blossom.
Blossom, niche, I would argue. I've seen it do things.
Yeah, it's a sun guy.
Yeah.
I would probably put it like the bottom of a niche.
Yeah, like very, very bottom of niche. It's
like
just...
there is a wide gap between everything else in this tier and Blossom.
Yeah, like I think Blossom's the bouncer now for this tier.
It's a chlorophyll guy, but it unfortunately has base 50 speed, so it kind of falls into like the worst possible position you can ever ask, where even if it's fast, it's not that fast.
And it's missing the thing that makes the other chlorophyll guys a lot stronger, Sludge Bomb. Well, Stab Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, Stadge, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say pure grass type with chlorophyll. It doesn't get nearly as many things as something like, I mean, we're gonna get to it in a minute, but something like Jumpluff has, where that is also a chlorophyll bond that has pretty much everything that this guy has, but better.
Yeah. I've seen like bulky Quiver Dance strength sets do something in like older formats, but like in current day, I couldn't imagine it. Yeah,
an unfortunate. Silly Pokemon, but I say no real application.
Yeah. Azumarill. Yep. Yeah. Probably more so than Crobat.
I would argue just
like, barely.
Azumarill has more. Say there are more formats where Azumarill is a B- Pokemon than Crobat is a A+ Pokemon.
Yeah. Like in the formats that Crobat's good, Crobat's like great, but like in the formats that Azumarill's good, it's just like fine.
Yeah, Azumarill is the best worst Pokemon ever. Yeah, I would argue.
It's because of the ability. Like there's no other way to put it. Yeah, it's a Pokemon 100% carried by huge power. Here's my favorite thing to explain every single time I talk about huge power, because a lot of people don't know this. You ready for this? And I think you know what I'm about to explain, right? All right. So, huge power doubles your attack stat. It doesn't double the 50. No, Azumarill does not have 100 attack. Azumarill has at level 50. What's that number again? Adamant Nature. Azumarill has 224 attack, which is most similar to, I'm pretty sure that's in the 160s, like Gallade. Let's see. Nope, it is a little bit weaker than Gallade, so that's like around. Yeah, it's like it hits about as hard as like Landorus, or like 145, right?
It doesn't feel like it hits as hard. I'll be real with you.
No, it doesn't.
It hits a lot weaker.
Yeah, it's because it's clicking weaker moves. I mean, like Liquidation, Play Rough. That's the worst one. Play Rough missing. You know how
Aqua Jet is the notable one I would notice. I mean, like the most notable strategy is had across the years is pretty much just Belly Drum Aqua Jet with some substitute third move. Play Rough, Liquidation. In 2018, some of them even ran Return, Drain Punch. I would say pretty much this is the bread and butter set. This is the Azumarill set you've likely seen across the entirety of VGC. There were some sets in Regulation C that were running like Assault Vest. So we started seeing Assault Vest pop up a little more in Reg C. I would say like that's kind of the set that became more prevalent than Belly Drum. I think the only other niche that Azumarill has ever had that I can think of outside of those two is as a Parasonger. They would run Sap Sipper just to kind of catch people off guard and then Parasong, but I feel as if, I mean, it's going to be pretty evident down the line. It's not that good at that, and there's a much better Pokemon at that specific job on this exact list. And I think, obviously, other than that, I think the only other set that was niche at one point or another has been, throughout the like history of the game, has been Choice Band, which is just like a very akin to Drum, where it's just hit hard.
It's just more immediate.
I personally don't like this Pokemon competitively, but I think obviously it has plenty of results that back it up to say it is viable and good.
Yeah, I'd never run it personally, but I have considered it. I've considered it sometimes when I'm like, my team's really weak to Urshifu. Let's maybe Azumarill, right? And then I'm like, okay, there's better options here. Sudowoodo. That's just. I mean, it can hit hard, but it only does one thing, right? I'd say worse than
That
the
I
game.
can think of, yeah, like what, head smash?
It's literally just Choice Band Head Smash is like the only Sudowoodo set I've ever seen do anything. Because it's got Rock Head, Head Smash. Doesn't hit super hard, it's only base 100. There's not really much to talk about.
No grass stab.
No, yeah, it looks like it should be a grass type. It gets Wood Hammer, at least. It gets Earthquake.
Obviously, yeah, this one's honestly, it's kind of tough to talk about Sudowoodo because there's not really, I would say, like, I feel like there's not much discussed here that people already haven't
explored before. Yeah.
It should be a grass type. It does this. That's it.
Yeah, it's generic Poketuber number 57. Hey guys, Sudowoodo isn't a grass type. Why isn't Golduck a psychic type?
Pokemon that should get evolutions. Sudowoodo is only a rock type when it should be a grass rock type.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a grass type. It used to be tree, but it's not anymore. It's Pseudo.
Fake tree, fake wood.
Exactly. Politoed.
Yeah, now an actual good Pokemon. Potentially one of the best.
Probably is it? It's not the best on this list, but like
it's not
probably
the best in my
probably like
opinion,
fourth best on this list. Fourth, maybe. Yeah.
Third or fourth, or actually probably fifth.
Politoed famously got the ability Drizzle back in Gen 5, and like while originally it wasn't anything really worth looking at because like its stats are just kind of okay across the board. Actually, these are pretty solid Gen 2 stats,
fine
right?
For a Johto Pokemon.
Yeah, but like now Politoed can do a bunch of different stuff. I've seen like Choice Specs Politoed. I've even seen Choice Scarf Politoed back when people were like using that.
Scarf Toad was a very popular set.
Yeah.
Back when like Scarf was just introduced. It's just good at doing things especially when it had Scald, being able to apply pressure.
Even Muddy Water was like a thing.
Yeah. Like I say, Toad has been historically good throughout the entire history. I don't think there's ever been a time where it's not particularly good, besides when other rain setters are more like viable. Which is like, Kyogre and Pelipper in 28. Obviously, not even really. Like I would say 2018, it was pretty much an equal, like a Pokemon on equal footing with Pelipper, even if it was better in 2017. I think it actually outperformed every Pelipper in that format by getting top 8 at Worlds.
Yeah.
And obviously in 2018 it was fantastic as a range setter.
Regional champion Toronto last year.
Yeah.
We're on the 1 year anniversary. Yeah. Wolf won Toronto with Perish Toad.
Yeah. Like obviously, its most I think definable trait is like its support kit. Encore, Helping Hand, Perish Song specifically, it's kind of the de facto Perish Trappermon because it also obviously, it also allows for an offensive like duo, usually something like Ludicolo, back then, or Chaudon or Kingdra.
Yeah,
and even anything that can really take knockouts and allow it to pressure with Perish Song.
Yeah. Like even back then, it wasn't even like on Perish Trap teams. They weren't really like super common because Gothitelle wasn't good. Yeah, you would just you would basically take like early KOs with Rain offense because it was so powerful, and then as soon as there were 2 mons gone, Perish Song, you win in 3 turns.
Yeah, just close out the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say not much to write home about Politoed that already hasn't been praised by so many people. This frog got Drizzle in Gen 5 and it's ruined our lives ever since.
Exactly. All right. Time to talk about the boy.
Yes.
Skip Bloom. All right.
Yes.
Jumpluff. I would say probably like it might be at the top. Sun is really good.
I would probably put it below Politoed, just simply because I think Politoed has it's like a veteran's discount.
Yeah. he gets a discount at IHOP. Because he hops, because he's a toad.
I get it.
And Jumpluff just jumps. Okay.
I would say Jumpluff is slightly more fringe than Politoed, where Politoed is a rain setter. Jumpluff always has to compete with other sun abusers. And Jumpluff always can kind of get the short end of the stick compared to Pokemon like Venusaur, or just other fire types like Typhlosion. I mean, obviously it's good with Pokemon like Typhlosion. But like I think also Jumpluff's more competitive history begins in 2016, whereas Toad's begins in 2012, and it's just kind of continued ever since.
Yeah, and I would say that Jumpluff only really became like super notable this gen, even though it was like a thing in 2016. I think it like became super notable.
Won nationals like since it won Italian national 2016. It's been a fairly I would say a fairly prevalent Pokemon in restricted formats. I would agree. This is the first generation where Jumpluff really became a Pokemon outside of restricted format.
And I think it's almost exclusively, and this is going to sound weird, I think it's because of the eject pack, even though Jumpluff itself doesn't use it. I think the issue with Jumpluff previous to this is that like Jumpluff worked in restricted formats because it could have like Groudon next to it, right? Groudon's like a good offensive mon, but like Sun teams in non-restricted, you'd have to have either Ninetales or Torkoal, and Torkoal wants to function under Trick Room, and Ninetales just doesn't hit like super duper hard. But now that you're able to like get the free turn 1 pivot into like a Charizard or like a Great Tusk, like eject pack Torkoal like enables Jumpluff to be a lot more like it can do its thing. It can sleep powder, it can like rage powder and do all that stuff, but it's like next to an actually strong Pokemon when Sun is active without having to like manually switch.
I think that's fair. I would contribute to two things, namely, I think one, Covert Cloak is just an excellent item.
Oh, yeah, Covert Cloak, yeah.
Covert Cloak really just gave Jumpluff everything it needed. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it also got Tailwind this generation, which was like obviously the biggest boon it could probably ever ask for.
Yeah, before it was just like sleep powder on core.
Yeah, beforehand, I would argue Jumpluff had a pretty large issue with move slots, where I would say not that it's never not had that issue, but namely as a support Pokemon, especially on Sun teams, and even in restricted formats where you're paired up with something like Groudon, you can't really do much turn 1. You would oftentimes have to pivot into Jumpluff in order for it to start causing problems if you didn't want to just like spam Sleep Powder turn 1. Which means that Jumpluff kind of has to find a lot of openings, especially when Safety Goggles is such a prevalent item prior to this, to kind of get momentum in its favor. And there were just better Pokemon that were either A, more consistent at hitting sleep moves, or alternatives like Venusaur, where Jumpluff doesn't have access to speed control, so Venusaur is just an outright better Pokemon in most scenarios, simply because it's got more attacking power. It's got the same like thing that makes Jumpluff good. For the most part, Jumpluff's only being carried by the fact that it's not going to get obliterated by like half the format.
Dynamic speed also helped it out a ton.
Yeah, like I would say there are a lot of changes that were made in the last 2 generations that really helped out Jumpluff kind of stand out from its more aggressive like peers. And I think again, Tailwind I think is the biggest one of them. Now it actually contributes something turn 1 that's not just clicking Sleep Powder if it has to. And it still has excellent tools outside of that. Encore, Rage Powder. It got Pollen Puff as well, I think, this generation. Not really seen often, but it is fairly solid.
Jumpluff often doesn't even really run an offensive move. I think the only time that offensive moves were standard on it was just Leaf Storm for Iron Bundle back in Reg C. That was basically
And I would say people are still running Leaf Storm on it from time to time. And I think that was also something it got this generation. So I would say a lot of buffs for Jumpluff this generation specifically that have definitely helped it kind of crawl out of that very specific like niche that it had in restricted formats.
Yeah. So. And now we get to talk about a real Pokemon, Apom, Monkey.
That's garbage.
I can't believe I have not thought about Apom since the Gen 4 anime.
What does? Oh my god!
This was a whole Pokemon.
Do?
This was a whole Pokemon back then. What does it do? It steals Ash's hat and then goes to train with Dawn.
I don't even have anything to say about this Pokemon. I just remember playing Pokemon, catching the Shadow Apom and wanting to like get an Ambipom, and then finding out it didn't evolve in that game, and I got real life rage.
Oh yeah.
I was like 10 years old.
It gets tail slap. Get it?
I have nothing to say.
Yeah, I have nothing to say either. Right here.
I think it's below, like it's
there.
Probably next to Lady, because I just have no clue you would ever use this Pokemon.
Yanma. Oh wait, no, sorry, Sunflora.
Sunflora. Oh god.
I would argue not viable, but like fringely niche on like meme teams. Sunflora does hit super hard.
The Japanese love trolling with this thing.
Yeah, if you don't know, I'm gonna put Sunflora at probably top of not viable, frankly.
Yeah.
So Sunflora is one of like 2 Pokemon with solar power, the other one being Charizard. So
it can nuke things.
Yeah, it can nuke things with Weather Ball, because it gets the Sun Boost, and it can nuke things with Solar Beam. 120 base power. It doesn't have a bad special attack stat.
Like, it's respectable.
Yeah, actually, is it the same as Charizard, or Charizard's 109? Yeah, Charizard's 109.
like it's not bad for early Pokemon standards. Its stats
Yeah.
aren't
It also has crazy
like
coverage.
it does get moves. It gets Earth Power, it gets Sludge Bomb, it gets Weather Ball, Solar Beam.
People would
Like,
just
these
Life
are all
Orb,
good-
Terrafire, and KO things under Trick Room. It was a
Yeah,
niche meme.
People, I would say there was a Sunflora team running around in Reg H, if I'm not mistaken, that the Japanese propagated a fair amount. Like just
Propagate,
as a meme.
and it's a flower.
But no, like this Pokemon does, have uses with massive air quotes that other Pokemon can't fulfill on the same role, I guess? Question mark.
Okay, I propose a trade. I propose a trade. Does that works, right?
I think this is fine.
This is fine. It's just that we can.
If people get mad at this, I don't know.
I think that the only you have to keep in mind, like my other list. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right. My other list looked like this. Gen 1 Pokemon. Where's my Gen 1 Pokemon list? Hold on. Gen 1 Pokemon. I just need you to see this so James can understand. Dang it, come on. Gen 1 Pokemon.
Technical difficulties.
There you go. Just so you can understand like what it looked like at the end. This was our niche tier, right?
Oh god.
And this was our viable tier. The viable is everything that people are thinking of when they think about the Pokemon from this gen, right?
Yes.
Niche is like stuff like Sunflora, frankly.
God, Snorlax being in niche.
That feels bad, right? It feels bad, but it's true.
Niche kind of made me feel sick to my stomach.
Right? You played 2017.
Feel gross. Zapdos won Worlds this generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
No.
So?
Go back. All right.
All
Anyways.
right. Yeah. Sunflora's niche, unfortunately. I can't not put it there. And you know what's messed up? You know what else is going in niche? This had a team.
Yanma.
This had a team this gen. Yanma had Speed Booster. Did it get Tailwind?
It has Tailwind, yes.
Yeah, it was.
The thread that I saw frequently was like Compound Ice Hypnosis.
Exactly.
Because it goes from 60 to like, I don't even know, like 74.
I think it's
something.
basically the same as Sleep Powder.
It's very silly and dumb.
Yeah. And it was just Air Slash final move usually, or Bug Buzz or something.
This
It was a
Pokemon is
thing.
trash.
But it was a thing.
We're not gonna
And
beat around the bush.
the only
Right.
reason you use it over Yanmega is because of the Compound Eyes.
Yes. People tried with this thing.
And some of them succeeded. Not like in a major way, but like on ladder, you know? It was a thing. You would face it.
1300s on ladder.
Yeah. Don't mess with me.
Like right next to Wigglytuff.
Yeah. With the, do you remember how I clicked the freaking default set button and completely ruined that video?
Oh god.
Quagsire, I wouldn't even argue niche in VGC. In singles it's good, but I think in VGC
It's like my favorite, but I don't know.
probably
I'm trying
like
to think if anyone has ever used this thing. I feel like I've seen more cases of people using Clodsire than I've seen Quagsire.
yeah,
ever.
they have like almost the same tools. It's just Yawn unaware. And that's it.
I can't hear any time anyone has ever used it. I
Yeah.
apologize. Not much commentary on Quagsire.
Espeon, I'd argue, is just not viable. It's just like
I would actually argue niche.
the stored power set, right?
No, I would actually say look at its stats. It's quite solid. It has like 135 special attack and it's got like 110 speed.
Yeah, my only issue with that is that I don't think I've ever seen anyone choose Espeon as their expanding force user, even in like Reg H.
I actually saw a few people in Reg H use this. It has Magic Bounce, which is not a terrible ability. Like obviously it's a great ability. It does have these stats to pull off an expanding force sweep.
It's technically stronger than Armor Rouge, right?
Wait, what?
It's technically a stronger expanding force than Armor Rouge by like 5 points, yeah.
By 5 points.
Yeah. Fine,
but
yeah, niche.
It does have something going for it, I would argue. It obviously this Pokemon has never really seen success competitively, but I think compared to some of the other Pokemon on this list, it's kind of putting up LeBron numbers.
It is.
Compared to them. So I think if you can get by as a slightly niche expanding force user in a format that 90% of the best Pokemon in the game are cut out of it, you'll manage a little bit, just a little bit.
I just realized that Gen 2 sucks competitively, but like half of the viable ones are viable only in restricted. Case in point,
Yes, this guy.
Yeah, probably here. I don't know.
That's
This is a tough
Umbreon
one.
got second at Worlds, so like it's kind of hard to.
I'll put it there.
avoid it.
Umbreon's a phenomenal restricted Pokemon, restricted format Pokemon, because Umbreon has Inner Focus, which even back in like VGC 2019, like Inner Focus mattered because you couldn't fake out the yawn on him. Foul Play was like really good in like NDM back then, and like you still use Foul Play today because it just hits like a
Snarl was excellent as a way to kind of just shut down every special attacker.
Yeah,
and Moonlight was great recovery, especially with Primal Groudon
because it's 75%, right?
Yeah, you can't remove that Sunlight either unless you primal your Ogre.
Yeah,
like on Swamp.
Some people would run Mental Herb, but it was mostly Citrus, right?
Yeah, Citrus,
safety goggles,
or leftover. I would say some people run leftovers or goggles. Taunt is also an option. Helping Hand's also an option.
Oh yeah, Taunt was really good. Yeah,
we've seen a few Umbreon sets rise up, like from I think the Sten of Reg G, Reg I. Not nearly as good as but it still has a niche carved out for it in most of these formats.
Mm-hmm.
The stats are kind of just in the right places for this Pokemon to always be effective at what it be a good wall and yawn things to death if it needs to.
It's just fat and immune to Prankster Taunt. That's like the big thing. So beautiful Pokemon. It's like it's perfect at what it does. You know, it's kind of like a crab.
Cool.
Like the crab has they evolved into the crab many millions of years ago, billions of years ago, and they just haven't changed. That's Umbreon. Gen 2, perfect.
Evolving into crabs.
Yeah. Speaking of evolving into crabs, Murkrow.
What?
Dude, do you not remember early Scarlet Violet?
Did this thing evolve into a crab? I don't get it.
It got Prankster, and then Dynamic Speed existed, so now it's kind of evolved into a crab.
Oh, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's evolved. Like, this one's been a crab. This guy became a crab.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so Murkrow, weirdly viable. Had multiple deep runs in tournaments. Did it win a regional ever?
It won a regional in 2019.
Okay, that's weird. I figured it would have been this gen. Murkrow has Prankster and Tailwind, and it's also a Dark type, so it's immune to Prankster Taunt. 91 speed. Yeah, 85 attack. Basically, there were a couple of different ways you could run it, but they all always had Prankster Tailwind and Foul Play.
Oh, it actually did win a regional in Scarlet Violet. I think it won Liverpool the first year.
Yeah. Haze was incredible in early Scarlet Violet because it not only enabled Golden Go next to you because you could run Specs Golden Go and reset the stat drops, but also it allowed for you to deal with Dondozo, which could be a little problematic in early Scarlet Violet as there weren't a ton of ways to deal with it. And even some people opted for Brave Bird because its Brave Bird is stronger than Talonflames.
Like it's actually fairly impressive. Like Murkrow, as much as I hate this Pokemon,
I would never run this Pokemon for the life of me, but every time I face it, I feel like I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
I've always respected it. It's trying its best. It's an awful Pokemon, but I would say you didn't even bring up one of its most notable traits is Quash.
Oh Quash.
Yeah. A move that we don't see him play that much competitively, but I mean it's a cool move.
It's like anti-trick room.
Yeah, forces the opponent to move last. So with Prankster, that always has some pretty cool applications. I think the only other time we've ever seen this move be used ever is like with a Alolan Persian and Snorlax in 2017.
Yeah.
So Murkrow has a very unique subset of traits that make it stand out, especially compared to its other Prankster partners. Or Prankster peers, I suppose.
Prankster peers.
So it definitely stands out. I would argue it has some very cool traits that allow it to do some things, but God, it does suck.
It does suck.
It does suck a little bit.
It sucks, but it's not down here sucks. It is. Yeah, we have to say it's viable. It's a regional champ.
It sucks, but I'll suck up my pride and admit that it does have a.
Murkrow's that guy with a rich friend. He just hangs around Golden Go and suddenly
yeah. Your unemployed friend.
Slow King, I feel like is just barely in niche. I just don't know.
Slow King is a niche guy.
Yeah, I probably like here. It's a Trick Room, Scald, Ice Beam guy, and that's like.
I was gonna say I remember this. A wee lad, James Evans, remember this guy at Surfbot. This Pokemon clicks Surf next to Gastrodon and sets it up. I think that's the only thing I can ever think of this mon doing in my reaction. Like, there's obviously you either pick between this guy or Slowbro. Slow King usually fared better simply because having a higher SPDF stat was more valuable back then. I can't think of anything else. Sorry.
Exactly. Unknown. We found the only thing worse than Letty.
Yes.
Oh wait, Miss Trevis is like, I want to say not, but it is niche.
It is niche.
It's Eviolite, Trick Room, Pain Split.
Exactly.
It's worse Dusclops.
Yeah, it's fairly bulky with the Eviolite, and it does have some solid moves to take advantage of. We're kind of just like on lightning round.
Yeah, it does feel like we're on lightning because there isn't much to say about any of these other than
it helps when you have Levitate.
Yeah. Wobbuffet. I actually used this once. I used this once, and it was really funny how I used it. I used Sash Wobbuffet in 2019. Min defense, and I would just annihilate Lunalas because I didn't want to deal with Shadow Shield. They would use their Ghost move into me, and I would Mirror Coat in one shot.
Jesus.
That being said, it's probably about here. Yeah,
because at least Ledian can Tailwind. Wobbuffet, you kind of just like...
It's a purely reactive Pokemon. It's like a poorly written protagonist, you know? like, okay. Girafarig. It's probably right here. It's
down
just...
there, yep.
There's a reason it got an evolution. It's cool that it's immune to... It's like the first normal Psychic. It's cool that it's immune to like gross moves. So that's basically it.
Oh my god, so many of these guys suck. What the
Yeah,
heck?
we're on lightning trash round. Fortress.
Fortress.
Technically a respectable attack stat. I would probably say like right here.
Sky, I think it's top 32 to a regional this year.
I don't know.
Last
it's got
year,
Gyro Ball.
It's a body presser. Like, it's Iron Defense body press. I think this is the first one in the hit.
Technically.
So it definitely has something.
And then we got like Komodo. No, there's no reason.
Yeah.
And Reggie Steele. All right.
It can do that. I would say either top of non-viable. I'll put him beneath Sunflora.
Yeah.
We'll be nice.
Yeah, we'll be niche.
He looks ugly as sin. We'll give him a pass. He's like a pug. Mandate of.
Hold on, let's just. You know, he's really good at burrowing. He goes like, he's right about there.
He's like, finally, I made it to viable tier, and he looks up and he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's like, oops. He's like, oh, it's like in the cartoons where they would like dig and they'd end up like in China. Like that's where Dunsparce ended up. Yeah, Dunsparce has Glare and Headbutt and Serene Grace, and that's the only thing it's ever gonna do.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Gligar, Eviolite Gligar's like a thing, but not in like any team I'd use. Yeah. It's better than probably like here. Yeah. Gramble.
There's no Steelix.
Oh yeah, Steelix, my bad. Steelix, I
can't ever recollect when this mon was ever.
I can't either. It's got
I feel like it has to be better than like most of the things in the non-viable.
It's got body press. That's like it, right?
Yeah, I would leave it where it is. I don't know. I see what is. I feel bad not being able to give anything on these Pokemon because like, you just never see these guys ever.
I know. There's no reason to use them. Give him a Mega. Yeah. Gramble actually didn't have a result this year, but it's not good.
Did it? I don't know.
Someone used like, wait, no. It was the tournament we just left. Someone made day 2 with Snubble.
Are you kidding me?
Someone day 2'd with Snubble, dude. Gramble's a fairy type with really good attack and really great ability, but everywhere else, like the stats are just seriously lacking. 120 attack, play rough. It's got like good coverage. It's got Ice Fang and stuff, but like 120 just isn't enough where the coverage matters. Its physical bulk's really solid, actually. Special bulk's pretty bad. There's just like not really a reason to run this guy when there's like other intimidators in the game that do its job better. But Gramble, actually, all things considered, isn't like the worst Pokemon ever. I would say probably like below Steelix.
Tolerable.
Yeah, it's tolerable, but it's not viable. Quillfish. Eviolite doesn't work on this one. It's got Intimidate and Swift Swim. Someone used it once in 2020.
I was say I think people used this on Rain for like a teensy weensy little bit one time at one that I particularly describe in great detail without sounding fraud.
Yeah, it's probably just not viable. Maybe niche, maybe bottom of niche, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's gonna make some people mad. I don't think Scizor is viable. I think Scissor's top of niche.
Bruh. I feel like, are we just going off of overall history or current?
I think we can like give some nods to overall history, but it's basically just current. You know, like Scizor is if Gen 9 didn't happen, Scizor would be a lot higher, but Gen 9 happened, and Scizor just doesn't. It's just not doing anything. It's like some people are like, oh, it's a great way to delete Flutter Mane. It's like, no, it isn't.
There are 20 different great ways to delete.
There are 20 different great ways to delete Flutter Mane, and Scissor's not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I agree. Scizor is a Pokemon that is just runs in VG ever. It's significantly died down within the few years. Its biggest resurgence was probably during like that 1 month we played BDSP, where it was literally the best Pokemon in the game.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Scizor has been kind of on a steady 2017, where the prevalence of fire types in competitive has just risen and risen.
Incinerate.
Yeah, exactly. And I would argue just Scizor does not have the tools to compete with most modern design Pokemon. It's very specially frail, and it just can't really do a whole lot. I played one at like EIC 3, and I'm pretty sure like I just melted it with Make It Rain -3 and still won the set. Like I just kept pelting it with Make It Rain, and it just couldn't do anything.
Yeah. When Scissor's most defining trait is the fact that it has a much stronger version of a very weak move. It's just like not with like today's bulk, you know, it's not cutting it. And like Incineroar being everywhere, it got Clear Amulet, but like that's like the only buff it's gotten in a very long time is the Clear Amulet. Shuckle. This one, we can't even really say niche anymore. It used to be niche on Chansey, but Chansey lost Minimize, so now Shuckle doesn't exist.
In a fire.
Yeah, Shuckle probably here it gets Infestation, and like I think it gets Body Press now. I don't know. I haven't seen Shuckle.
Yeah, like I just gave up even trying to like. We were just like, yeah, that's it. It probably goes here.
Yeah, most of like the Pokemon that get Body Press are like, it's probably gonna get Body Press. It doesn't have it yet though, you know.
Yeah.
Heracross. It doesn't really have any results this year.
It's a shame because I love Heracross. I love it, but it really, if you're factoring it without Mega or anything, I don't know.
It gets a good close combat. It has some coverage. No, it's fighting. Sneasel. Sneasel had a use in like 2020, if I remember. People were running Sneasel because it gets inner focus. Yeah.
Weavile does not.
Yeah, that was like the only use. Like today, Sneasel probably doesn't see any usage because Sneaselure exists and there's other better. Yeah, like you have to keep in mind, Sneasel was used over Weavile as like a niche option as like a dark ice type. Now Weavile is the niche option as a dark ice type because Shenpao exists. So Sneasel is just probably just strictly not viable.
Didn't someone use Sneasel for like beat up shenanigans? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wait, you're right. Sneasel beat up.
I'm trying to remember. I'm like my brain trying to resurface a locked out memory. I'm trying to remember.
You know what we can do?
I don't know.
I'm going to Lab Mouse.
Do it.
I'm going to Lab Mouse. We have to get to the bottom of this. Oh, he redesigned the website. Somewhere. He redesigned the website. Like today. He redesigned it today. Dang it.
No.
Hold on. Discover. I don't know if I don't know how to use it anymore. Completed. Okay. So I literally don't know how to use the website anymore. I'll ask him later. We're just gonna put him in not viable for now.
Just have like a segment where like we edited what it did.
Yeah. All right. We are. It's kind of crazy how it's kind of crazy how bottom heavy this gen is. Like All the good ones are at the end of the decks.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Ursa Ring. That's just strictly not viable. It's just Ursa Luna exists now. Probably like right here.
It's just not there yet.
Yeah, it's just it will get Guts and Facade, but it's not the best Guts
It
Facade.
already has Guts and Facade.
Yeah.
It's just not a beefcake yet.
Yeah, it's not a ground type with like great stats across the board. It's still like a weirdly specially frail guy. Where do we put the horse?
In the council.
In the council.
Non-viable.
In the council, not viable. Mad Cargo, I don't think we need to explain this one too bad. Its stats are pretty low. It's weak. Yeah. Piloswine, he's not done cooking yet. He's still in the oven. Here you go next to Mad Cargo. He's still cooking. Corsola, that's also quite bad, actually. Probably here.
Yeah.
Here, it gets Rock Sled here.
Let's shoot for 40.
Octillery. How are we still why do you evolve from a fish?
Because he's beautiful like that.
Here. What's Octillery? I don't know. I'm making things up. It's got 105 special attack and 105 attack, and it's got Octozuka, 65 base power.
You're already so tired.
Cause we're going through this Gen 2 list, and everything's just not viable. The whole thing.
God.
Why are we talking about Delibird? Get in there.
Don't even look at
If you even show me a Delibird, I'm putting him in his own sack and throwing him in the back of a garbage truck. He's going to the dump. All right, Mantine. Once again, it's got Tailwind. I think someone did Swift Swim Tailwind with it once, right?
It's got Swift Swim Tailwind. It's got Hurricane. It's got a nice def stat.
If you don't know, Mantine is just special Skarmory, which is funny because no one ever asked for that. Which is why it's still bad. Have you never looked at the stats next to each other?
No.
They're counterparts. They're counterparts, literally. Look.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, so 85.
Are you kidding? What?
Yeah.
I did not know this. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not like a perfect counterpart, but like the numbers, save for like the HP, are just flipped.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because what is it? 65, 80, 140. 85, 80, 140. They're both 70 speed. Their lower stat is 40 for the attack. It's just Mantine has more HP, and I think they did that in retrospect because they're like, I think Skarmory's too strong with 85 HP. They probably just like nerfed it before they released.
Okay.
So yeah, Skarmory might have had 85 HP at one point. Just kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, Mantine, not incredible. I think it's still not viable.
It's definitely not viable, but I don't know. Proved my look on it.
Skarmory in VGC, which is really funny because in singles it's incredible. I think it's just strictly not viable in VGC.
Yes.
It's just
it is like basically a worse course.
Yeah.
Iron defensive body press and you tailwind and you taunt or whatever and you brave bird and stuff.
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything.
You get intimidated.
Ooh. Houndoom. Houndoom makes me sad because like it's got good stats, frankly.
It's a cool guy.
It's actually got like pretty good stats. It's just not
awful.
It's just that like it's competing with other fire types.
Fire dark types, we should stress.
Yeah, there's two better fire dark types in the game other than Houndoom, which is funny because for like 5 generations it was the only one. So Houndoom, I don't want to put it in niche because niche implies that it's done something. It really hasn't, but it's also not viable, you know. We'll probably just put it like here. It's not viable.
Sure.
Kingdra, that is a regional champ.
Finally.
How many in a row did we get? If you know in the comments, if you were counting, how many in a row did we put in not viable before we got to a good one? All right, go ahead, discuss Kingdra.
Kingdra, finally. Okay, Kingdra is a rain sweeper guy. He can go in the water fast.
I am under the water.
Under the water, but he won't drown.
It's crazy.
Quite aqua dynamic. What is it? I would say Kingdra has always been in quite an interesting spot. Again, it's one of those Pokemon that has more of a heyday pre-modern VGC. and we kind of just see like appear from time to time in current day. Obviously, it won a regional last year, so clearly not gone anywhere. But its like biggest strength, obviously, is its typing. Water Dragon is excellent. And it's been a much more prevalent rain sweeper in the earlier days, 2014, 2012, 2013.
And that's mostly just because like the speed was a lot. It got you a lot further, and the special attack went a lot further.
Was a lot more meaningful. I would say it did have a very good stint in Gen 8 as like the most common rain sweeper, simply because it got buffed. Yeah, it got buffed with Hurricane into Max Airstream. That's just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure it won Internats and Seniors in 2022. Like, obviously, Kingdra has been fairly prevalent throughout its entire lifetime. So, I would say, not much to write home about other than, like, it's just been consistently solid.
Yep. Great Tusk.
Average Tusk.
Average Tusk. It is, it's a ground type. It has really bad special bulk, but pretty great physical bulk. It
can roll out.
It is certainly a Pokemon. Great Tusk is just a strict upgrade, though. So, but it's not good on its own. It gets sturdy, I guess. Was Sturdy Endeavor Ice Shard ever a thing?
I'm trying to actually think because I don't believe so.
Well, I'm pretty sure it gets all those moves, right?
It does.
Endeavor. And it got Ice Shard from breeding with Mamoswine.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a Fearmon if you try hard enough, but other Mons do fear better because other Mons don't have as much bulk. Okay. Where were we?
Porygon.
We are at Porygon 2. I would argue maybe
say above
top.
Toad. This is I love this guy.
The face of VGC 2017, frankly. That guy was crazy in 2017. He's also great in Dynamax. He was great in 2018.
Never not been great.
It's people thought it was a whole Pokemon, right? They thought it was a whole Pokemon, and then they evolved it, and now it gets Eviolite. It's a pure normal type, which means that it has one weakness, and normal type's actually a pretty good defensive typing, all things considered.
And it has 3 great abilities.
Trace.
Most people use Download nowadays. And be on Trace.
Yeah.
It's just that you'd rather usually play the gamble.
Yeah, if I recall, physical. No, there was the Porygon 2 that won like a Players Cup back in Dynamax format had Giga Impact on it. And the reason
people would do that,
yeah,
like in 2017, mixed Porygon 2 was an option because people would play if you got the +1, you could +1 return into I think it was Coco or Lele, and you would just chunk them for
it'd be like 2-shot pretty easily.
Damage. Yeah, like it was really strong. So I would say return P2, like physical P2 has always been an option. Like Terra Blast, people EV their Porygons. If they get the attack boost, they can do physical damage instead.
The bread and butter set though.
Yeah, Bolt Beam, Trick Room, Recover. This is impossible to go wrong with. It has great move options too. It has Shadow Ball, which is another common option. I don't think there's
ever been a format where Porygon 2 exists where it wasn't good. Not like it wasn't good, but like where it was actively bad. Like I think you could always use Porygon 2.
I would say like besides 2019, I would argue. I would say it was good in 2020 on Palkia Cali Ice.
Yeah, it was just goated and restricted that gen. Regai. All right, Stantler. That's just it. It's a normal type. Why isn't Stantler a normal a psychic type?
It's a psychic type.
Yeah. Did it get the psychic type as weirder? Wait, is Stantler psychic? Yes. Hold on.
No, it gets it as weird deer.
Okay, I was gonna say like I'm like messing myself up here. Smeargle. All right, look. Maybe like right here or here. It's on either side of Politoed. I think it's above. Frankly, it's just Smeargle is a lot like the Paul brothers.
They did.
Smeargle's a lot like the Paul brothers in that no one in particular likes him all that much. But for some reason, he just refuses to leave, and he keeps winning.
It's like a fake Pokemon fan, except you remove fan from the end. This is a fake Pokemon, and I wish it never existed and it died.
This is my Oshi Pokemon. He gets every move in the game.
Every move in the game, and it's also super broken.
Even Dark Void, and his Dark Void sometimes is more accurate.
It's so good. I would say I hate Smeargle to death, but I cannot deny. I would argue this has potential to be the best Pokemon.
It might be the best one. I think we'd probably put it at the top.
I think Porygon 2 etches it out just simply because it's an actual good Pokemon that good players use and it doesn't rely on crappy dice rolls that bad Pokemon need to win with, like Smeargle does.
You know, like the picture of like Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla, like holding like the lightning and stuff. That's like Smeargle players when they decide to put Spiky Shield over Protect. Like that's like
when they click Spore turn 1 instead of Spiky Shield or Fake Out.
Yeah, there's only one Smeargle that I respect, and I think it was Marcus Statter in like 2018 or 2017. Scarf Matte Block. That's the only Smeargle I'll ever respect.
There are a lot of cool Smeargle sets from back in the day, but obviously, just Smeargle is a Pokemon that is always found in just being able to support obnoxious teams. Hard Trick Room is kind of the poster boy of that now. But I would say learning every move in the game just gives it necessarily strong kit, and it's only going to get stronger with more signature moves that more unique Pokemon. As we keep adding more games to this series.
Yeah.
The most notable one in recent time is Decorate. Obviously, giving Smeargle access to a weakness policy. You can just hand any Pokemon
through Protect.
Through Protect. Is just utterly ridiculous and stupid. Moody will always be. I don't care whether or not you think he got nerfed. Stupid ability that pretty much means Smeargle can just luck the game if it wants to.
It even got buffed by Eject Pack because Eject Pack lets it like be incredible on Trick Room teams.
You can do those hard Trick Room ones where you just fake out turn 1 and Moody Eject Pack out like for no reason.
And here's a fun fact: if you think that you ever have a team that's Smeargle proof, you don't. Back in 2019, people ran Ferrothorn as a way to deal with like Kyogre. Smeargle would almost always run Spore because it was a way to just guarantee to sleep something.
Goggles in general.
Yeah, Goggles, right? And then Smeargle, you would face it, and it was closed team sheet back then, and you would get Lovely Kissed and go to sleep because Smeargle could learn Lovely Kiss, a normal type sleep powder.
I remember people were trying. I remember people were trying Hypnosis on Smeargle for a while in Generation 9, simply because people wanted to get around Goggles. Like, I would say, I think it's simply a matter of the fact that, like, regardless of whether or not Smeargle is actually balanced or not, Smeargle will always find ways to beat its counter simply because it has arguably, when people weigh what is the most broken thing a Pokemon can have, I think moves is the most thing.
Yeah.
Simply because having a versatile kit means that you are more capable of unleashing more, like, problems on the opponent. Smeargle obviously has like pretty standard sets, Fake Out, Follow Me, extra support move, and Spore. But like there are things like Decorate, Wide Guard, Taunt, Transform. Like there are just things that it can do that it really shouldn't be able to do that will always cause problems. And this isn't even mentioning, it's like we mentioned kind of slightly, its most problematic thing it's ever done, which was Dark Void. Smeargle will always exist to cause problems, and if it ever exists in a format, there will be insufferable people that use this insufferable Pokemon to use their insufferable teams that make me insufferably hate the game.
Low-key, Smeargle makes me happy Urshifu exists, because now we have a Pokemon that actually just kills it.
Yeah, can't stop it.
Like, literally, it's like Alien versus Predator. No matter who wins, we lose.
We lose.
All right.
I do think, regardless, though, it is probably one of the best Pokemon in Gen 2.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Hitmontop is, yeah, he's pretty niche. He's probably top of niche.
Probably top of niche because I think this is a Pokemon that has
World Champ, Fake Out, Wide Guard, Feints.
I feel like if we're putting him on top and Scizor in niche, then maybe we should throw Crobat down in niche. Like,
I don't think so. I think Crobat's still like the
Crobat
reason
anything since 2019.
Crobat hasn't been in the game since 2019.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't been in a game.
I feel like Hitmontop's last like good year was 2020.
I think 2020 is even a stretch. I think 2016 might have been it.
No, it was pretty good in 2020. Like it had a fair amount of uses as a intimidator plus bullet puncher.
Wide Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it had a few things going for it. as a Hitmontop aficionado. I mean, it was good in BDSP, but we don't really count that. Top has always been, again, another prehistoric Pokemon that had a lot of its prime results back before a lot of people played the game. Most notably, it won Worlds in 2016.
Yeah,
but
everyone
it's
knows
also
that,
had a pretty good slew of performances prior to that as well. Kit's always been there. Fake Out, Intimidate, having access to close combat, even though its stats are not that stellar.
Randomly got triple axle too. That sometimes matters.
Yeah, it has cool utility moves in Feint and Wide Guard. And this was usually before Wide Guard was as commonplace as it was. Those were kind of teched on. It has cute options like Bullet Punch and Sucker Punch that it used the proc weakness policies in 2020. Again, though, it's kind of one of those Pokemon that's just been slowly, not even so much slowly, incrementally getting outclassed by much more potent Pokemon that are more effective. Namely, like the most obvious one, Incineroar, but even back then it had competition with Scrafty for fighting types that had Fake Out. And that's, again, that competition is only growing as Pokemon get more stats and more strong move pools and things of the sort.
Yeah, Hitmontop's kind of like, you know, in Cars 3 where like Lightning McQueen has to start to accept like maybe he isn't really like that guy anymore. It's sort of like if we weren't following Lightning McQueen in that journey, but like the guy that Lightning McQueen beat in the first movie.
This might be too elaborate.
Yeah.
Chick Hicks.
Yeah, Chick Hicks. It's like if Chick Hicks was in Cars 3 and going through the same issues, you know?
I think I would probably associate him on top more with Car. Wherever the king is, the champ or whatever. And Lightning McQueen's Incineroar, he's got to push him over the
yeah. All right.
That's Grandpa Fake Out right there.
Yeah. Miltank is just strictly not viable. It's like fat. It's fat. It gets a rollout. Defense curl rollout.
The milk drink. Yeah, this guy's not good. Stats are funny though.
Yeah, Blissey.
I use Blissey.
I think Blissey was just like, it's got like a 1 result, and it was like on a Blizzard team, and that was it.
All I can think about is there's this like 2017 that used Serene Grace Chansey. I think it was like with Choice Scarf, and you would copycat like Rock Slide from another Pokemon and try to flinch them to death with it.
Yeah, it's just
that's
not
all
good.
I can ever think of. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I think someone used it on a stream once.
Yeah.
Finally,
Raikou is actually kind of tough for me to rank because I want to put Raikou in niche, but I think that after 2020, it's just kind of not viable anymore. There's too many good electrics.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the only thing it has over the other. It's probably very, very top of not viable.
I would, you know what? I would probably. I see Quillfish and Fortress.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Maybe we let him in. Maybe we let him in. Right here. Okay, you know, well, now, all right, now that we're talking about it, like it's niche. Yeah, like hold on. Yeah, hold on. It's like, what's Yamcha doing in the Tournament of Power? You know,
something's amiss here.
Yeah. Oh, what? All right. So, all right. It's dual screen Snarl Volt Switch. It was pretty good in Dynamax for some formats, but it's a support electric now. It's not the hardest hitting electric, which sounds wrong to say. What's this thing's special attack stat? 115. Yeah, it hits about as hard as Ampharos, which is really funny. Wait, this thing is just fast Ampharos. Wait, look at the stats.
Wait.
90, 75, 85. It's just fast Ampharos.
It's fast Ampharos.
What the? I've never noticed that.
Did not know?
It gets Light Screen, Reflect, Snarl, and Volt Switch, and that was kind of what it was. Kind of like in 2020, a lot of people really missed Mega Manectric, so they just had another one. That's
pretty
like,
much,
yeah, that's basically all it did. And some people might use it in like lower power formats. Entei, probably like right here.
I would probably put it
Higher than Smeargle?
I would put it beneath the Toad. Higher than Kingdra. I would put Jumpluff above Kingdra though.
Yeah. Entei, massive buff in Generation 8 that didn't matter until Generation 9, or if you played Spike Myth Cup.
I would argue Entei is one of the few Pokemon that consistently has kept getting buffed every generation.
Sacred Fire was like a Gen 5 thing, right?
It was a Gen 6 thing, I think.
Yeah, Sacred Fire, 50% chance to burn, 95 accuracy, 100 base power move off of 115 attack. That's just like consistency that you like. 100 base speed means that it's keeping up with like Chi Yu and stuff. It gets access to like moves like Stone Edge and Stomping Tantrum, so it has coverage. But its most common sets these days are like Assault Vest for attacks, or you'll often see like Choice Band, Terra Normal for attacks.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, there are some other sets as well, like Citrus Berry, Safety Goggles we've seen.
Oh yeah, I've seen some safety.
Like, yeah, this is, again, another Pokemon that I think, comparatively to everything around it in a current format, not nearly as amazing as it would be, but Entei is certainly one of those Pokemon that blossomed into its own identity a lot more. And it's still got some history to boot. I mean, top 4 at 2015 Worlds with world champion Naoto Mizuguchi. And it's consistently performed fairly well. For what it does. Like,
wait, do you want to know the most base thing I've ever heard from an Entei player?
What?
I was playing a Choice Band Entei player, and instead of like Stone Edge or whatever coverage move, he just put Flare Blitz on there and Sacred Fire.
Blitz on it.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, I click Flare Blitz if I'm not sure if Sacred Fire will KO. I'm like, you're so real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure MDB had that on his Entei. Like, I feel like a lot of people tend to forget that Entei got third at Worlds in 2024. Like, it is a fairly solid Pokemon that has done fairly well for itself.
Exactly.
And I think, especially in Generation 9, we've seen that a lot.
His
and
best friend
I don't
Shenpao.
think yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think it's good. This guy sucks.
It's niche. It's not viable, but it's niche.
I don't like him.
It has results this gen. Come on, man.
Send him to Scizor Gulag.
Is he above or below Scizor? He's definitely above Scizor. He walls him out. Okay, yeah, Suicune. I do think Suicune kind of sucks too. I would never run it, but
I've never liked this Pokemon.
I have been owned by this Pokemon more times than I'd like to admit. It is the Umbreon of the legendary beasts. It just has stats where it needs them to be, but it also has like pretty respectable speed and special attack. It's still got Scald, which is nuts. It's got Tailwind. Keeping Scald after the Gen 8 like purge is actually kind of crazy. It's got Tailwind, it's got Icy Wind, and it runs like Taunt and oh no, it doesn't run Taunt. It runs Snarl. That's like the last move. I feel like there's a move that I'm forgetting here that people would run a lot on it. No, is that it? I guess that's it. Yeah, it's just it's an unfake-outable Tailwind. That's basically it. It's all right. So how do I explain it? Suicune is like how Tailwind used to play. It's back in the day, in Ye Olde, you would use slower Tailwind Pokemon sometimes because you had to protect on the first turn anyways. So it didn't matter if Tailwind went up at the top of the turn or at the end of the turn. Now, because of dynamic speed, everyone just wants their Tailwind immediately, so you can take advantage of it on the turn. So it's usually just like Talonflame, really fast Pokemon, and like Prankstermons. But Suicune is like the last one of like the slow Tailwind users that you still sometimes see.
I actually just remembered a slight niche that like a fifth move that Suicune used was Mist.
That's the one. They used it next to Zacian.
Yeah, I would say Mist. Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, next to Zacian, I was thinking Mega Ray and whatever sort of physical attackers you would use it next to. But that was the move. Did it get Mist in 2020?
I remember seeing it. I remember seeing it in 2020.
I'm checking right now. Actually,
wait, why are you asking if it got it in 2020, bro? It's a Gen 3 move.
That's when the moves got purged.
It's a Gen 3 move, bro.
Yeah, and it could have gotten purged.
No, it definitely had it in 20. It's still in the game.
Wait, I'm checking.
It's definitely still in the game, right?
Okay, it looks like it is.
And they got rid of Snatch. Who knows what's going on up there?
Yeah, exactly. I can't trust it.
All right. Tyranitar, arguably maybe actually the best one.
I think this is the best one. I don't even think.
I think
Porygon 2 is... For me, Porygon 2 is probably my favorite. Tyranitar is just objectively the best.
I don't know if I've ever ran Tyranitar in a tournament. I think I did it once. I just can't play the guy super well. Tyranitar is a Pokemon that will never die, it seems, because No matter how good Urshifu gets, there will always be a reason to run Tyranitar.
No matter how trash Tyranitar becomes, Tyranitar is still Tyranitar.
It's the best Sandstream user.
Yeah, it always will have a niche carved out for it as the Sandstream, like as a weather setter. Its kit is always going to be fairly solid. Different things. I think obviously Terrestrialization has helped it out.
Knockoff was insane for it.
Yeah, giving it knock was a helpful return to form that it lost for a while. And I think just it's kind of hard because I feel like there are a lot of ways you can try to Tyranitar simply by adding more game and answer it effectively. This is just a Pokemon that has kind of withstood the test of it. Never was not bad at any point during its competitive lifespan. I think it's only just
it was pretty bad in like restricted formats. Like you never see it. Yeah,
absolutely. I think whenever it's a heavy hitter though, it's going to be a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
Anytime where it's not like a weather war 24/7, it can pretty much do what it wants to. And it doesn't even have to really be a weather setter in terms of like I'm going to set weather for extra drill. Tyranitar has always been kind of the anti-weather Pokemon before something like Ninetales existed. This is just a Pokemon that kind of serves to disrupt other people's game plans. It's good at dealing with things like Trick Room. It's good at dealing with things like opposing weather. It's just a good defensive Pokemon that is capable of taking a lot of punishment, even with a typing that should not really be good at doing.
Yeah. I have a question. I'm forgetting this.
Yes.
The Terra Psychic Tyranitar combo team, was that H or F?
That was E.
E? Oh, that was Reg E. Okay. The forgotten format.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, Tyranitar is just, it always manages to find a way.
King.
Technically, we do have to rank these guys. I'm going to put him in not viable.
Not viable.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We're not ranking these legendaries. We're not ranking these legendaries on the same standard we're ranking these guys, so it's going to look weird on the tier list. We're ranking these legendaries as far as legendaries go. In competitive Pokemon, you're allowed 2 restricted legendaries maximum, depending on the format, and Ho-Oh and Lugia are that type of restricted legendary. Lugia is like bottom 3 restricted legendaries. I would say
Lugia is one of the by far.
Yeah, it has one set. It has weakness policy or it has like Calm Mind, and that's it.
It is utterly incapable of doing anything.
Yeah.
It is like just not good at anything.
Yeah.
Ho-Oh at least is like...
Is it viable or niche? It has like a regional win under its belt, right?
I would say viable because it was cutting it. It cut Worlds this year. It was cutting events.
Yeah, it walls out Calyrex Ice, kind of, sort of, not really. But it's mostly, it's a wall for Koraidon. With like the right Terra, it can take on like a good amount of other restricted Pokemon, but it was mostly just that it had like Tailwind, it has Sacred Fire, and it's got Brave Bird. It is it's nice
strong stats, and with Terrestrialization, it helps it counteract a lot of Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
4 times weakness to everything.
Yeah. If you had a Koraidon and you saw a Ho-Oh, like you just kind of signed the slip sometimes.
Yeah, you're like, wow, well, I guess I die.
Yeah.
I think Ho-Oh is obviously incredibly niche, but even its access to Regenerator as an ability somewhat afloat. Either that or again Sacred Fire, doing what it does. Like I would say, it's always been one of those Pokemon that kind of barely hangs on to just enough to be viable and have a niche carving, like a carved role.
Yeah. Shout out Clear Amulet, the only reason we're still running them.
Clam definitely helped a lot. I do think like this is probably Ho-Oh's best year ever.
Yeah.
Even more than the regional win.
The closest one to this is 2019, like Sun Series.
Yeah. Moon Series was when it was.
Moon Series, yeah. The Kyogre Ho-Oh teams.
Yes. And I think for the most part, yeah, Ho-Oh is not one of the best Pokemon. I would say we thought that like I think a lot of people kind of blew out of proportion how good they thought Ho-Oh was in Regulation I. It was solid. I think it just kind of had a lot of expectations placed on it for a Pokemon that is like historically never been that good, especially because it has to deal with accuracy problems where other restricteds nowadays don't really have to. Either that or it has to deal with recoil and then it has to swap out to get recovery, whereas some other Pokemon don't really have to do that or not care about that.
Something we need to mention also is that Ho is very much a second fiddle legendary. It does not work in single restricted. It has to be next to a better restricted.
You're getting paired up with Miraidon or
it's very much a like Ho-Oh when it's paired with the right Pokemon is better than the sum of their parts. Like that is like how you describe it.
I would argue.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, so not the worst legendary out there, but definitely not one of the best. But it did find its footing well enough to, prove its weight.
all right.
And now,
That's, I guess Celebi, we can talk about Reg J. It's just not viable. Reg J,
Gulag.
no one ran this guy. He was weak. Grass Psychic died to U-turn. It's like Wo-Chen if Wo-Chen had no sauce.
Reg J either, so
It does nothing. It does nothing. There's no reason to run Celebi and Reg J. Look.
I never played that format, so
I played a week of it. I said I was gonna make content and I didn't because it sucked. Yeah, it does nothing. I think it's Pear Song and that's it.
Yay.
Anyways.
Dude, we did it.
We did it. This is the definitive.
Ugh.
This is James Evans' entire opinion of every Pokemon in Gen 2. And not mine. This is entirely his fault.
My definitive opinions that you can judge and blast me for publicly, in person, violently. Like, get physical.
Don't get physical. All right. That's going to be it for today, though. I'll leave James's Twitter in the description down below because he's a coward and won't start a YouTube channel.
Fine. Dude, you're like the third person today. They're like, do the people clamor?
No, I do. I need someone to like make videos with. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications, follow James on X, the everything app. Goodbye.
No.